Let's face it, you suck at dieting. And losing weight? Well, that sucks too. Giving up isn't an option because you'd rather be thin. You're now listening to the Rather Be Thin podcast with your vocal sensation, an unfiltered, anti-fat acceptance warrior, a serial dieter and food addict herself, your host, Tasia.
Hey, you're now listening to episode number 6 of the Rather Be Thin podcast. I'm Tasia, and it's nice to meet you. Now, before we can even start this episode, I need to make sure you're in the right place. If you're a woman in your 30s or above, and you tried to stay on your diet for at least 100 times this week alone, then you landed on the right podcast. All right, so let's jump right into this episode of the Rather Be Thin podcast. Can we both agree that trying to lose weight is difficult? Not only do we need the motivation to continue our journeys, but we also need that willpower to keep going, even though we want to give up. Emotions are running high. 1 minute we're crying, the next minute we're angry, and then we're contemplating the meaning of life. Wouldn't it be nice to sleep through this whole weight loss journey and just wake up with our dream bodies? Yeah, the struggle is real. Life is stressful, depression happens, and food is our drug of choice. How many times do we need to start over to reach our goals? And will our weight loss journey ever get easier? Spoiler alert, the answer is no. But hey, here's some things to think about when you feel like quitting your diet. Quick disclaimer. This podcast is purely based on opinions and experiences. Please consult your own physician, as none of the suggestions, information, and topics discussed are intended to replace actual medical advice. We encourage you to do your own research. The Rather Be Thin podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Try to understand why you want to quit so bad. Is it in your head? Is it because your body's hungry? Is it because your emotions are breaking you down? Is it because you're not seeing the results fast enough? Could it be because your diet's a little bit hardcore to stick to? Regardless the reason, find out why you're feeling the way you are. Once you understand why, then you can start working on your mental. And we'll talk about that shortly. Could you be suffering from long-term goal sabotage syndrome? I know that's a long one. Are you suffering from long-term goal sabotage syndrome? Are you too focused on the end goal? Are you focusing on too many things that you need to change to make the diet work? Are your goals too unrealistic? Just because you lost 10 pounds the first week doesn't mean you're going to lose 10 pounds every other week after that. Your long-term goal sabotage could be the reason why you want to give up. Now, what should you do about it? Break up your ultimate weight loss goals into smaller chunks. Now, what I mean by that is, if you need to lose 100 pounds, try to break it down to 5-pound increments. I know it's little. 5 pounds is so little. But you will see that once you hit 5 pounds, you'll feel much better than looking at a whole 100-pound weight loss goal and you only lost 5 pounds and you're like, dang, I got so far to go. So if you break it down 5 pounds at a time, you reach those 5 pounds, you got more things to check off your list. Slowly change food goals. Now, what I mean by that is, if you want to still eat rice and you're eating 3 cups of rice a day, try to eat 2.5 cups a day. Try to break it down little by little. You can still eat the foods that you want, but slowly reduce it in a way that you won't really notice it. You get what I'm saying? So instead of like, I'm not going to eat rice anymore, I'm going to go full hardcore keto on them. Instead, if you still want to eat rice, just lower it a little. And you shouldn't go crazy over that. Hopefully, that's the idea here. That if you slowly take it away, you're not going to go crazy. Now, exercise slow and steady while building up to the max. What I mean by that is, for example, I wanted to start exercising again. I haven't exercised in months at this point. And I decided I'm going to do kickboxing. That was like one of the worst ideas ever. If I can't walk around the block without losing my breath, why the heck am I opting in to kickboxing when that's grueling? So I feel that you should start slow. First, walk around the block without losing your breath. Then run around the block without losing your breath. Then maybe go ahead at doing some kickboxing. Now, self-care is important. Managing your stress is going to help you not binge eat and give up because stress is a way to enter into binge eating world, especially when you're on a diet. So you got to find a way to get your self-care in place. If you like painting your nails, do that. If you like going to the spa and you got money, do that. But you got to find something to take you away from the stressful moments of the world. Because instead of pulling our hair out with the BS that we have to deal with anyway, do your hair. Wash your hair. You get what I'm saying? Just find ways to soothe yourself. Little moments throughout the day. It should help. Try it out and see what happens. So basically, to cure the long-term sabotage, just break up the goals into smaller ones. And once you see those smaller ones getting checked off your list, you'll feel a little bit more confident that you could possibly make this whole diet thing work. Fixing up your messed up mindset. This is so important to stick to a diet and not quit. Because weight loss, in my opinion, is 99.99999% of actually succeeding and becoming successful at this diet thing. You got to fight through the scale going up and the scale going down very, very slowly. Even when you're doing everything right. When your periods roll around, you got to avoid and ignore the cravings and giving in to them. And that's hard. That is hard. You have to suffer through learning new habits, developing these new habits while holding back on the old ones. Because the old ones are hard to kill. They're always there. They've been there for years. There's no way you can change those habits overnight. You get what I'm saying? All of this takes tons of practice and execution. Dieting is just a mind fudge in itself. It's mostly mental. And mental exercises of new habits is just as important as exercising your body. Think about that. Now, how do you get your mind into the right mindset for dieting and staying on and not giving up? Well, you have to brainwash yourself to succeed. It is what it is. You got to tell yourself every single day that this is something that you want. And you got to keep telling yourself this until your brain believes you. Because at first, it's not going to. It's going to laugh at you. It's going to fight back. But I'm telling you right now, this is a practice, and you have to do this for the rest of your life. This isn't a 1-week diet plan. This isn't a few months. This is forever. Forever. So keep that in mind. This one might sound cliche, but you got to remember why you started. Something made you decide this time that this time was the right time to start your diet. Were you fed up with the feelings of feeling like crap? Do you want to fit back into certain clothes that you used to wear? Or is it straight up for vanity, which not a bad thing? It doesn't really matter the reason. You just need to try to channel into that every single time you want to give up. Post it everywhere. Post it in your bathroom. Post it on your kitchen counters, on cabinets, on your refrigerator. Just remind yourself why you're going through this torture in the first place. Why is this even worth the time and effort? You do that by remembering why you started. Oh, here's a fun one. Finding the right diet to stick to. Now, all diets work. Why? Any diet where you eat less than what you consumed before starting a diet will cause you to lose weight. It does not matter. If you're eating 6,000 calories a day and you decided to do the lemonade diet is no more than maybe 1,000 calories a day, maybe less than that. You're in a calorie deficit. You are going to lose weight. So that's why all diets work. Is it possible to eat a diet of fast food, taking a multivitamin, drinking the right amount of fluids, and exercise to lose a ton of weight? Yeah, it is very possible. But if your mind is not in agreement with what you're doing, you would fail at that diet too. Really think about it. I'm dropping some truth bombs today. Think about it. Now, how do you know that the diet that you want to do is the right one for you? Well, if you can't see yourself eating this way for the rest of your life, it's the wrong diet. The best diet is the diet that you make up. The one that you can stick to for a very long time. Yeah, there's already prepackaged plans like paleo, keto, vegan, vegetarian, and so on. But the one that you design on your own is the one you can stick to for the longest. Makes sense to me. You know what you can eat on a daily basis. You know what you need to have in your life to make life worth living. Hey, I'm just telling it like it is. Telling it like it is. Now, you might fall off and fall into temptation. It's not your fault, okay? You have hormones, brain chemistry, and cravings that you got to fight against every single day. And they are strong. They are very strong, stronger than your willpower and motivation, that's for sure. Just understand that relapse is a thing. And at the end of the day, it's all about how fast you can rebound and get back on track with your plan. That's the most important part. The faster you can do this, the more confident you will become with controlling your urges to give up, your urges to keep giving into temptation. But it's going to take time, and it doesn't happen overnight. And no, it does not get easier. I've seen a few blogs say the hardest time for dieting is the first 21 days. And they claim it to be a fact. Well, that's a dang lie. Because losing weight is hard. It will be hard on day 1, on day 75, day 500, and beyond. And maintenance, that's even harder than losing weight. So be prepared to always be aware of your weight for the rest of your life. It is what it is. But the most important thing needed when you feel like quitting your diet is belonging to a support group or having an accountability partner or having access to both of these things. When you start anything that's hard, you should seek out support. We struggle with keeping ourselves accountable. And if we can't be accountable to ourselves, we must be accountable to someone else. Enforcing new habits isn't easy. And joining a support group or finding someone that wants to see us win with our weight loss journey can be the necessary push that we so desperately need to keep us going long term. Without support, we will fail. And we will constantly find ourselves in this vicious yo-yo cycling of dieting. Now, what do you think about this? There's a lot to mentally deal with while trying to diet, trying to stay on track, trying to reach our goals that seem too far from reach. It's just so far away. It's just so big that we cannot mentally see ourselves getting there. But as cliche as it sounds, losing weight and keeping it off can be done. There's proof. We see it. It has been done multiple times, but it will take time. It will take work, a lot of work, but nothing worth having doesn't come easy. You got this. I believe in you. You keep going. You keep doing this. Don't give up. You got this. Now, if you haven't already, check out last week's episode. You might learn something. Be sure to subscribe and rate this show. I'd appreciate your support. Also, check out the show notes for even more information and tune into the next episode of the Rather Be Thin podcast. Thank you for listening. Good luck to you. Hear me out again next time. I'm your host, Tasia. Bye.